Hello, welcome to another speaking practice video by Johnny. This is the class of Friday evening. And these people have been together with me and another teacher, a friend of mine, for quite some time. So class, are you ready for your practice now?
Yeah.
Of course. Now let's move on to part 1, topic number 27. By the way, do not turn up your microphone, okay? Thank you. Now, 27, it's primary school. Oh, primary school. That's when you're in grade 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, Miss Ngan, please. So, did you like your primary school?
I like my primary school a lot.
School
A lot. Because that is where my motivation of learning
started.
is.
You mean that's where your motivation of learning started?
Yeah, is developed. Was developing until now.
Alright, so tell me, do you have any good memory from your primary school days? Any good memories?
Yes. It's about my birthday when I was grade 4, and my teacher gave me a present. That is a clock. So
what?
maybe that is the most memory.
Memorable. That's the most memorable present. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So, Mr. Tingba, please. So, what was your favorite subject at primary school?
Well, my primary school.
School. My
I had
primary
studied.
school.
I had studied before was the international school.
Oh, what international schools? Huh?
So it's like really how can I say like they stimulate you to study English. So
You can speak English all day.
was yeah. So English was my favorite subject at the time too.
Well,
Especially
I hope it remains your favorite.
In science, yeah.
Oh, you like science as well. What subject in science in particular?
Well, at the time, like we just study like science in general,
General science.
about nature, about like lots of topics related to our surroundings. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now, so Miss Hantui, please. So, did you like your primary school?
I really like to. I really like my primary school because when I study that grade, I was really happy, and I just I just enjoy that childhood.
So you enjoy that piece of memory. You
Yeah.
enjoy that piece of memory, right? Okay,
Yes.
so tell me, what was your favorite subject at primary school?
Well, at that time, I'm really keen on play game with my friends, so I would say that maybe math is my favorite subject because
Math.
it's quite easy at that time, so I love it.
I see. So tell me, Miss Tui Young, please, how about you? How did you travel to your primary school?
When I was a child, I used to go to school by foot. Yeah.
On foot.
Yeah, on foot. Because my school is nearby my house. Yeah.
Okay, be careful, class. We say by car, by bike, by bus, by train, but we say on foot, okay? Okay, so how were your teachers? How were the teachers in your primary school?
If my memory serves me right, I didn't have like a nice moment about my primary school.
You didn't have nice
Because-
memories about them?
Yes, actually.
True or
because,
no? Yes or no? Be careful, be careful.
No,
I did not have a nice memory about
no,
them.
I didn't.
That sounds
Yeah.
really sad, you know, really, really sad. Okay, so do you
yeah.
care to share your story with us? Like, what was the problem, Miss Yu?
Because when I turned 7, grade 2, I moved from the north of the Vietnam to the
The
south
north
Vietnam.
of the Vietnam?
No, the north of Vietnam.
The north of Vietnam.
North of Vietnam. So the voice, my voice is not similar with the south. The south in Vietnam.
You mean your accent? Is your accent?
Accent, yeah. So my teachers cannot understand what I said that time.
They cannot understand what I talked about, you mean?
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
people can do. People do.
Even I pronounced very clearly, but she didn't.
You don't understand.
Yes, she didn't understand, and she gave me a bit at my face, and I have I didn't have a good memory about my childhood. Actually, to tell the
Wow,
truth.
that's terrible. Actually, if your teacher is not like that, is behaving like that, it's not professional. How much you need? It's not professional, you know.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't really like to go to school.
Sorry to hear.
I was a child.
Sorry to hear, Miss Phương Hoàng, please. So, what did you dislike and like most about your primary school?
Well, I really about I dislike. I really cannot stand a small job at my primary school because of that is so close to the street, and it became a big deal with our children due to lack of play space at break time. So we had to play.
Be careful with your pronunciation, class. Cẩn thận phát âm mọi người. There's a lot of things that I do not think it's clear. I cannot hear clearly. So be careful with your pronunciation. Long or short? Ngắn hay dài? Okay,
Yeah.
try again. Okay, try again. So, what did you dislike and like most about your primary school, Miss Fu?
Yes, I really cannot stand a small yard of my primary school.
I cannot stand more job. What do you mean?
I cannot stand a small yard. Sân này thôi. Sân.
Don't understand.
Understand.
See,
A small
that's the
job.
problem. When people don't understand, you get a minus in your IELTS score. I cannot
can't
what?
stand-
Say again.
I really can't stand a small yard of my primary school.
I can't stand my private school, you mean? Tôi không thể nào chịu nổi cái trường tư của tôi. I can't stand my private school. Is that what you say?
Em nói là cái sân ấy thôi. Cái small yard, cái sân nhỏ ấy.
Small you.
The small yard. The small yard. Yard. The small yard. See, it's a a sound, long a sound. Có kéo dài hay chưa? A kéo dài. It's a small yard, and the d. Yard. It's a small yard. Can you say again?
I cannot stand a small yard
At my
of my
school.
primary school.
At your
Because-
primary school.
Because of that, it's so close to the street. So
Street,
it
you
became a
mean
big
it's so
deal.
close to the street. E kéo dài. It's a long E sound. The street.
It's so close to street.
The street.
The street.
The street.
The street. And it became a big deal with
A big deal. It become a
big-
big deal.
a big deal with us. Due to like a play space, sometimes we had to play near where lots of vehicles traveling back and forth.
Vehicle.
Vehicle.
A lot of
Vehicle.
vehicle.
Lots of vehicles traveling back and forth. It's so dangerous. And about what
A lot of vehicles.
Yeah. And about what I like most, I have to.
I had to because it's a past tense.
I had to talk. I had to remind about art subject, the most favorite of mine.
So the most favorite subject of yours is math, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm standing up because I don't want to sit all the time and have belly.
Yes, because it assisted me stimulate my creativity and imagination.
I see.
Yeah, and after fulfilling paintings, I felt I so unwind and chill out. Yeah. So I really
If
love
you
it.
unwind and you chill out, I see. So tell me, Mr. Tan, please. So how were your teachers in your primary school? Mr. Tan, please. How were the teachers in your primary school?
My teacher in my primary school is friendly and like easygoing.
Oh, that's great for you because a lot of teachers are really strict like I do.
Yeah, she spent all the times like taking care of all of us, all of students.
All of the student. All of the student. All of the. All of the student.
All of the student and like teaching us about writing first word.
Teaching us how to write our first words. Viết là những từ đầu tiên trong cuộc đời. Writing our first words in our life. I see.
In our life.
I see. So, did you like your friends in primary school, Mr. Tan? Or they are just a big pain, you know?
No,
a big pain.
They were all nice because I especially spend my time at the playground with them.
So should you like your friend? You do like your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's great. So now, Mr. Nhật, please. I haven't forgotten you. Don't worry. So can you tell us about your primary school?
Primary school
was
a little school which located near my house. It took me about 30 minutes to reach there. And
to reach there, you mean?
Reach there, yeah. I usually travel by bike to my school.
To my school?
To my school. My school is very special because it's had a very large cafeteria.
Cafeteria?
Yeah, cafeteria. Yeah, and
a very large cafeteria. Cafeteria.
That they sell a lot of things.
Cafeteria. Cafeteria. It's cafeteria.
Yeah, it's sell not only food but also toys for our students. Yeah, and I used to buy a lot of toys.
I used to buy a lot of toys from them. You mean?
Yeah, from them by not eating my breakfast to save money.
By not eating your breakfast, you can be able to purchase, right?
Yeah. So my primary school is
was
yeah. was place that I really admire because
Admire? No,
admire.
it's not
Yeah.
admire. You admire a person. Be careful. But you don't admire a place. You know, it's weird. People don't say that. People don't say that you admire a place. Okay.
Okay, so
What else can you say, Mr. Nhật now? What else can you say about your school?
say my school is
Was
was a place that marked my major process.
what?
Oh,
Due to what?
mark my major process.
My major process. Quá trình chính của tôi hả? Biết
Quá trình trưởng thành đó này.
My maturation, process, maturation process.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really big, you know, big words. Từ đào tạo bố lớn dữ, maturation process. Wow. You can just say that your school marked the period that I become mature. The school marks the period that I became more mature. Mature here is an adjective. Tính từ. Cái trường đánh dấu cái giai đoạn mà tôi trở thành trưởng thành hơn. The school marked the period that I became more mature. Okay, very good. Now class, let's move on to part 2 and part 3. So last time we ended at 60. Let's do 59. 59. It's moment. Let's do 59 and then we do 57. Okay. Okay, 59 is describe a place that you don't like. Miêu tả một nơi mà bạn không có thích.
It's hard to say.
You should say where this place is. Nơi đó là nơi nào vậy? How often do you go there? Bạn thường đến đó không? Who do you go there with? Các bạn đi đến đó với ai? And why do you not like it? Tại sao các bạn lại không thích nó? Be careful. It sounds similar to 58, which is the place you hate to visit. Be careful. Hate and don't like is different. In its intensity, in its level, trong mức độ thì cái hate với cái don't like nó khác nhau nha. And then also the you should say is different. If you read it carefully, you can see it's different. Mấy cái you should say này nó khác nhau. Hơi khác nhau. Okay, so let's do a place that you don't like first. 59. Okay, let's have a 2 minutes preparation. 2 phút bắt đầu. Alright. Now, Mr. Ting Bao, please, can you be the first person to talk about it? Describe a place that you don't like.
It's really hard. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Be
Be brave.
So, places that I don't like to go is the hospital. Because of reasons. Firstly, there are very crowded people there. We don't know.
So it's full of people.
Yeah.
You mean?
Especially now, there are very much. There are many COVID cases in the hospital. Yes, and well, I sometimes go to the hospital. Just go there when necessary.
When necessary. Necessary.
Necessary. Okay. Wherever I have a health check or have some serious illness or damage with my body. Yeah. So I sometimes I usually I go there alone.
Alone.
And sometimes
I go there alone.
alone, and sometimes with my parents. Were with. Uh, and, so the next reason I want to say that I don't like to go there is that you have to uh, have a high expense on the medicine.
So you mean you have to spend a lot on medicines,
Yes,
and that's
yes.
what I don't like.
Yes.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. Very good. Now, Mr. Tan, please, can you describe a place that you don't like?
I'm going to describe a noisy place that really annoys me. It is Saigon Zoo's.
Saigon
Zoo's,
Zoo?
which
What?
which
Are you sure that place noisy?
that annoys me. Not noisy. That annoys me.
So what is it then, if it's not noisy?
I mean, annoys me.
The place that annoyed you.
Annoys. Yeah.
It annoyed you. Okay.
It is Saigon Zoo, which has most of the wild animals in Ho Chi Minh City. It is located in District 1. One of my time, I went there and with my parents and we went to like the elephants habitants.
Okay.
Like the place where elephants stay.
Yes.
Yeah, and my parents gave me sugar cane and to give them to
To
feed them.
sugarcane pieces to give to the elephant, right?
To feed them, yeah, to feed them. And
that's not a good idea.
Unfortunately, I held my sugarcane
too tight.
With my
Quá chặt. You held the sugarcane.
Yeah, the sugarcane with my phones, and I
With your what?
My phones, my
What?
mobile phone.
Your mobile phone. With your phone.
Mobile.
Okay. With your phone. Okay.
Unfortunately, they took all my things, and yeah, I lost my phone.
You lost your phone and you endangered. You lost your phone and you endangered a wild animal.
Yeah, and endangered by wild animals.
And of course, that's why, zoos, they do not allow people to feed the animals. Now you learn your lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
Học được bài học cách mà rất là khó khăn như vậy. Why you have to do that? You learn your lesson the hard way. You learn your lesson the hard way. Học bằng một cái cách rất là đau đớn. You learn a lesson the hard way. Okay, so that's why I do not like it. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now, Miss Ngan, please, can you describe a place that you don't like?
Okay, a dental clinic is a place I don't like. Even though I have to go my dental clinic once a month
Cẩn thận phát
because
âm các
I'm
bạn, độ
very
dài ngắn
racist.
của câu, độ dài ngắn của âm và cái âm cuối nè. Be careful with how long the words are. And the last sound of every word. I had to go to dental clinic, right?
Yes, dental clinic.
Dental clinic, phòng nha. Dental clinic.
Even though I have to go there once a month.
Once a
because
month.
I'm
Once
very
a
racist. Month.
Once a month.
Yeah. I go to my clinic on my own.
On your own, I see.
After finishing, yeah, after finishing my afternoon class, I go to there because my dentist needs to take care of my teeth.
You need to do what?
And one of because he need to take care of my teeth
You need
once
to
a
take
month.
care of your teeth once a month, right?
Yeah.
I see.
I didn't like it very much, dentist. So the number of his patient is numerous.
Of course,
So I had
numerous, a lot of
to
patients.
wait
You know.
a long time.
I had to wait
Yeah,
a
so I
long
had to
time.
wait a long time. Yeah. By the way, when I meet him, maybe my heart beats fastly. My heart beats
Your
quickly.
heart beat faster.
So
Is it because you're
maybe
afraid of him or something?
especially when I have to remove one of my teeth, one of my tooth.
One of my tooth. Tooth. Tooth is one, singular.
Okay.
Teeth is plural.
Yeah.
Tooth. Teeth.
Teeth. Yes.
Okay, very
And
well. So that's why I do not like it. Okay, very good. Mr. Nhật Nam, please, can you describe a place that you don't like?
Okay, so the place that I don't like is what is a coffee in my neighborhood.
A cafe. It's
Yeah.
a cafe.
It's a
We
cafe
either
in-
say a cafe or we
Cafe.
say a coffee shop. Cẩn thận nha mọi người hay
Yeah.
nhầm cái chữ này. But we don't say a cafe shop or a coffee. We say a cafe or we say a coffee shop. Okay?
So it's a cafe in my neighborhood.
Okay.
It's about 2 years ago. I was enjoying my weekend by riding a bicycle with my two neighbor mates to discover some new era in our uh, some new era surrounding my house.
Surrounding your home, yeah.
Yeah, suddenly this brand new coffee shop caught our attention. So we decided to got in and bring
We got
some
in, and
drink, and we discussed about our weekend. The shop and the cafe is
was
was was was was the coffee had poor furniture and decoration.
and decoration.
Also, their coffee qualities is wasn't so good.
Wasn't so good.
Yeah,
Probably cannot be as bad as Starbucks, you know. Probably cannot be as bad as Starbucks.
however, the main reason that I don't like this place is the employees' attitude.
The attitude of the employees, I see.
Yeah. For instance, I was curious about the shop, so I decided to ask them about their day, their job, but they ignore me. So I felt a little bit disrespectful.
Disrespected. I felt disrespected because they were disrespectful. Cẩn thận, tính từ chủ động, tính từ bị động. Be careful with like active or passive verb. I felt, that is passive. I felt disrespected because they Disrespectful. Be careful, tính từ chủ động bị động nha. Họ là mang tính disrespectful tại vì họ gây cho tôi cái cảm giác disrespected. Cẩn thận. So I felt disrespected.
So that's the main reason I don't like that coffee shop.
All right, now Miss Thanh Thủy, please, can you just don't turn off your microphone, class? Don't. Why you have to turn off your microphone all the time? Why? Tell me. What's the problem?
Because I stand in a crowded people.
Don't worry,
Sometimes
I have a program to eliminate the noise. Có chương trình chống tiếng ồn mà. I have a program to eliminate all the noise. So everyone will be silent. Right? You don't hear any noise at all, right, class? Các bạn có nghe tiếng ồn gì không trong lớp? Do you, class?
No.
See? So I have a special program for that purpose, so don't worry about it. Just don't turn off your microphone, okay? Yeah. All right. Now, Miss Thanh Thủy, please, can you describe a place that you don't like, please?
Well, a place that I dislike is the Rabbit Park. It's a large area located in Quang Trung Street. It is also near my house. And occasionally, I went to there to.
Occasionally, I went there because it's a past tense, right? A past thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it something that you're still doing now?
Sometimes I go through there.
So it's a present thing because it's a habit that is still happening. Một thói quen vẫn đang diễn ra mà. So of course you use present simple.
Yeah.
So I often go there.
Yeah. Occasionally I go there, and when I go through there, I smell some.
When I go there,
some smell is not good, and it made me feel like annoying.
It made me felt annoyed. You mean?
Annoyed? Yes.
It made me feel annoyed.
Annoyed. And usually I go by myself, and I didn't go with other because maybe some of my friends they also feel like me. So the reason I don't like that place is quite dirty and bad smell. Even though I know that is a place where we can admit our leader.
Sorry, where we can.
But I cannot accept that smell, so I don't like that area.
I see. You don't like that area. Okay, very good. Yeah. Now, so Miss Thuy Dương, please, can you describe a place that you don't like?
Yeah, I will talk about like one of the least favorite places of mine is the historical museum in Ho Chi Minh City, and it's a slap bang in the middle of the city center. It looks like an ancient building, I used to go there when I take a school trip that my school organized.
Where I used to, it's a past thing. So when I took the school trip.
I took, yeah.
Quá khứ mà, tại vì nó là used to, đã từng. So when I took the school trip.
Yeah, I took a school trip that my school organized for all pupils in my school to go there. And like I said, to be honest, I find it's quite boring. Even I can say it bored to tears, because it was nothing to write home about there. And maybe one of the main reason because history is not my cup of tea, so
It's not your cup of tea.
I didn't like it. And so I just went there once in a blue moon. No more.
Don't use these expressions too often, okay? Otherwise, it will sound abnormal. It will sound not very normal, you know. It will not sound natural. Đừng dùng những cái biểu đạt thành ngữ quá nhiều nha. Lạm dụng nó sẽ gây ra một cái sự là mất tự nhiên và bị trừ điểm. If you use too many expressions at once, it sounds very unnatural. Be careful. When you speak, the main thing is to be natural. You have to understand that. Do not try to use like big words or expressions too much, okay?
Yeah.
Phải chú ý vào cái chuyện làm cho con nói tự nhiên, chứ không phải chú ý vào cái chuyện mà nói dùng từ khủng hay là dùng những cách nói khủng. Be careful that.
I went there just the only one time.
Yeah.
In my life.
When I go, basically, a lot of people, they get high scored and they did not even need to use a lot of idioms at all. They just need to use a lot of phrasal verb. You know phrasal verb, right? Verb plus preposition is called phrasal verb. Động từ cộng giới từ ra phrasal verb. And they just need to use phrasal verb correctly and it will sound natural, right? I mean, you do not even need to use idioms much, or maybe one time. It's okay. But don't overuse it, okay? Đừng có lạm dụng nó.
One for each part or the whole test?
I mean, the whole thing. It applies for the whole thing. Okay. Is that all, Miss Yoon?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Did I miss someone? Miss Phương Hoàng haven't talked, right? Did you?
Yes.
No, you have to say no. I haven't talked.
Sorry, I have mistaken.
You have to say no. I haven't talked about
No,
my
I
topic
haven't
yet.
talked. Yeah, no, I
Be
haven't.
careful. Mấy cái dụ yes no này cứ sai hoài luôn á. These kind of yes no questions. It's difficult for Vietnamese people to understand this. All right, so Miss Phương Hoàng, please describe a place that you don't like.
When it comes to a place I'm not keen on, I have to talk about Hanoi, where I'm living. I have been living here around 6 years. When I first came here, I was so intrigued.
When I was very intrigued.
Intrigued. With its transportation and skyscrapers and something.
Skyscrapers, etc. Skyscrapers.
And some things I've never been seen in my country. But after a long period of time I live in here, I live here. I don't like it because nowadays it's totally became a polluted city. There are many kind of pollution here, such as air pollution, water pollution, and even noise pollution.
Noise pollution too. Yes, noise pollution too.
There are many vehicles on the street.
Vehicle on the street. Vehicles on the street.
Vehicles on the street, and they make noise and emit fumes all the time.
You mean they emit toxic fumes, right?
Yes.
Độc hại, toxic fumes. Toxic fumes. No. F-U-M, fumes. Not fum. It's fumes. It's toxic fumes. Cái chữ U tiếng Anh nó là EU nha, chứ không phải là chữ U bình thường đâu nha. You là EU nha. So basically, fume, not fume. It's toxic fumes.
All the time. It was especially terrible traveling on the street during peak hours.
On the street during what hour?
During peak hours.
Peak? What do you mean peak hour?
Peak. Giờ cao điểm.
No, wrong. Y kéo dài.
Peak.
It's peak hours. Long E sound. During peak hours.
Peak hours.
Chứ không phải là giờ con lợn. You know, it's giờ cao điểm chứ không phải giờ con heo con lợn. It's peak hours. Be careful. Peak hours.
Peak hours.
Or you can use the word rush hours. Rush hours or peak hours.
Yes. And beside of that, it's easy to see just in the library and like because some people just.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally mute your microphone, Miss Wong. Sorry. Can you turn on again? Okay. Can you go again, please?
Besides that, it's easy to see trash in the river and some
Trash
people.
in the river.
Yes, and some people just throw their waste into.
Some of people. Some of the people. Be careful.
Some of the people just throw their waste into this community water source, and it makes this river became.
River. It makes the river
became dark and smelly. It's so
smelly. Very smelly.
Yeah.
It stinks.
It disgusts me. It disgusts me.
It stinks. You can just say hôi thối quá. Cái chữ stink nó nặng lắm luôn á. Smelly, it's just like, you know, it doesn't sound that bad. But stink means like it's extremely bad. Nó tăng cái mức độ nghĩa lên. It stinks.
It stinks.
It stinks. Okay. Now, so let's go to 57. Describe a thing that you refused to lend. Miêu tả một thứ mà các bạn đã từ chối cho mượn. Remember, to lend means you give something to people and people have to give back to you after a while. But to borrow means you ask people, so they will give it to you. But then after a while you have to give it back to them. To lend là cho mượn, còn to borrow là đi mượn. Just have to be careful with lend and borrow, okay? Now you should say what the thing was. Bạn đã từ chối cho mượn thứ gì đấy? Thứ gì thế? Who wanted to borrow it from you? Ai đã muốn mượn nó từ bạn? Từ anh chị chứ. Why he or she wanted to borrow it from you? Tại sao anh ta hoặc cô ta đã muốn mượn nó từ anh chị? Explain why you refused him or her. Tại sao, giải thích lý do tại sao bạn đã từ chối cho anh ta hoặc cô ta mượn. And you also have part 3 of borrowing and lending things. What situations should people lend things to others and why? Trong cái tình huống gì con người ta nên cho người khác mượn đồ? Tại sao? Why is lending money to others a risky thing to do? Tại sao cái chuyện mượn tiền với người khác là một cái thứ rất là nguy hại, một cái thứ đầy hiểm nguy, một cái thứ rất là nhiều hiểm họa, nhiều hiểm nguy để làm? Should people borrow money to buy expensive things? Why not? Con người ta có nên mượn tiền để mua những đồ phức tạp, mắc tiền, những cái đồ phức tạp mà những đồ mắc tiền hay không? Tại sao không? Alright, you have 2 minutes now to think about your answer. Okay, so Miss Tan Thui just left because her phone is out of battery. It was such a weird excuse. She should have brought her charger with her. Anyway, now, who's first then? Are you ready? Okay, Miss Thui Yun, can you start first? Describe a thing that you refused to lend.
I remember that one day there's a friend, and one of my friend asked me to borrow my money.
Ask me to lend her the money, or to ask you to let her borrow, để cho cổ mượn. To let her borrow your money, I think it's better.
To borrow. I mean,
Okay.
and because we didn't get on very well, so I didn't trust her so much, and
Okay.
so I had refused her straight away, and one more reason I refused her because at that time, to be honest, I was broke. I didn't have any money to borrow. Yeah, so but I just said that I will uh, I would find another person to ask for them. Ask for her. I mean, ask for her to borrow. Yeah, and
And how did it go?
um,
And how did it go? Chuyện nó tiến thế nào?
she just agreed with my suggestion, and I think it was the true because I didn't have money at the time. Yeah, and
Sometimes when having no money could be a blessing, you know.
yeah, and anyway that I didn't like remember a true story, so I tried to make up.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Oh, that's all. I see. Now, so Mr. Nhật Nam, please, can you describe a thing that you refused to lend?
Okay. It's about 1 year ago when my sister gave me her motorbike for me to I can easily ride to school. Uh, so my old classmate who studied with me in junior high school was like uh, text me to in order to borrow the motorbike, and
Okay.
I asked him why he want to borrow,
Why he
and
wanted to borrow?
yeah, he wanted to borrow, and the reason he gave to me is he want to write her girlfriend to a date, and it's absolutely not a ration reason
Not a
for
what?
me,
Not a what? Not
not a
only
ration,
not
rational,
rational.
not a rational reason for me.
It's not a rational decision, isn't it?
Yeah,
So you mean it's not a rational decision, it's not a practical decision, it's not something that is feasible, nghe không hợp lý. It's not a feasible decision, so that's why.
So I absolutely refuse that. Um, Also, the reason that I uh, refuse to lend him because the symbol, the motorbike is not officially my belonging to mine. It still belongs to my
It
sister.
wasn't. It's actually not your belonging. It's not. It's not in your possession. It's not your possession. So of course you cannot lend people something.
Yes. So if he didn't bring back, so I have to, suffer all the consequence.
So you can say it's not in my possession. Nó không nằm trong sở hữu, trong cái sự sở hữu của tôi. Tức là nó không thuộc về tôi. So it's not in my possession, which means it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to me. So I could not lend people that.
Yeah. And moreover, I don't want to lend.
I didn't want to.
thing.
I didn't want to.
I didn't want to lend things that make me feel like worried about all a day, because they can't uh, bring back to me,
Of course,
or they
not bring back to you.
or they are not able to compensate.
Compensate.
Yeah, and
They are
that's
not
all.
able to compensate. Of course not. Now tell me. Alright, so thank you. Mr. Ting Bao, please. International Men's Day.
Okay.
Gentlemen first.
So my problem is that
What's your problem?
I let my friend borrow my money.
Oh, that was a bad decision.
It's a problem that that occurred maybe two years ago. I think I remember. That was when I and a roommate, like living, I can say living together.
Okay.
When in the dormitory
In a
at school,
dormitory. In a dormitory.
in a dormitory near my school.
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 Near your
So
school.
yeah, school. Okay. So he borrowed
Borrowed. He borrowed.
borrowed
He borrowed.
200 Vietnam dong.
Oh, come on, just
And
200.
to
Just
buy
200.
necessities.
Oh, come on, just 200.
And he's food, like dry food, yeah, or canned food, yeah, like that. So
Okay.
the 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 thing I don't like from him is that he didn't return the money on time. I
So bad.
like I told him because it was like on Friday, so I had to uh, like usually come home by bus. So yeah, so I told him to return the money back to me at the time for having money to buy tickets, a bus ticket, yeah. And when the problem comes too many times, I then not not I
Not what?
refuse to lend him money again and again.
Of course you
Yeah.
should refuse. You should have refused it. It
Yeah.
sounds fishy. It doesn't sound like something you should do. Okay.
Yeah, like he just promised by his speech
Promise.
only.
A lot
Yeah.
of promise. People promise a lot, you know.
Yeah.
People keep on promising, but they never
Yeah.
deliver.
So I really hate that. Yeah.
People always promise, but they never deliver. Con người luôn luôn hứa hẹn, but they never deliver. Không bao giờ mà gọi là thực hiện được cái lời hứa. They never really deliver. Okay. Now, so who next? Miss Fu, please.
Yes,
Can you describe a thing that you refused to lend?
I'm going to tell you about one of my
No, you
most
tell the whole class,
expensive-
not just tell me.
Yes, one of my most expensive iPhone I have, and I had to refuse to lend. As you might know, iPhone is a smartphone manufactured by Apple, which is one of the one of the most big tech in the world.
One
They
of
are
the
known.
biggest tech company in the world, you mean?
Yes. They are known for their smartphones and tablets, which have become popular over the past 10 years. Back 3 years ago, one of their best-selling models is iPhone X. When I first laid eyes on it, I knew just God, I have to have it. Back then, on my payday, instead of spending a lot of things like I did before, I set aside $2 million per month from my paycheck, and I was very disciplined about it. And then over 10 months later, I finally had enough money to afford an iPhone. It really helped me a lot and became more productive. As as its applications on the phone help me to stay my task at work. So it became my
Cẩn thận, cái nhấn âm các bạn nhấn âm cho một từ. Be careful with your stress in the same word. It became what?
It became my
Indispensable. You mean indispensable, không thể thiếu được. Indispensable object, isn't it?
Yes, indispensable thing to me. But a few days later, I purchased it. My sister asked me for her to borrow it to take some photos on her upcoming trip. Because her phone was not good to do that. I thought her request was ridiculous and unacceptable because I just bought it some days and it's so valuable for me.
It's so valuable for me. It's so valuable. Be careful.
Valuable
for me.
Valuable for me.
Valuable for me.
Valuable for me. Because it's lots of my personal information and it's really hard to lend it to her. But just in case I don't expect, if she broke it, then what could happen? I don't know. Finally, I have to refuse her, and that simply make her not content. And she used to think of me as a small-minded person. So that's the time
she thought of me as a small-minded person. You mean?
Yes.
As a small-minded person. We don't say small-minded. I think we okay. So maybe stingy. It's a stingy person. Người keo kiệt, bủn xỉn. Stingy. It's a stingy person. A stingy person is extremely is a person who is extremely difficult. I mean, to deal with sometimes, and they don't want to give people anything. Không muốn cho người khác gì hết. Bủn xỉn keo kiệt cực kỳ luôn. Stingy person. Okay, so who hasn't talked? Chưa nói gì. You know, sometimes a lot of the time I forget who haven't talked.
Me.
Who?
Me.
Hasn't talked. Chưa nói gì. Okay, Miss Phương, can you describe a thing that you refuse to learn? Sorry?
Em chưa nói thầy ơi.
Okay, then none, please. You see, a lot of the time I don't remember who. So, but I remember how many people had talked, but I just don't remember exactly who. So that's why I have to ask again. So, Miss Ngan, please. Can you describe a thing that you refused to lend?
Yeah, my laptop is the thing I refuse my younger sister to lend because her device do not have application which has a sticker on it.
They not have any application. What is that? Because her phone there is no application like that on her phone.
Oh,
because there is no
application.
There are no app like that. Because there's no app like that on her phone.
Okay. And so...
Can you say again? Because there's no app like that on her phone.
Because there is no app like that on her phone.
So...
And that was an online learning, so I had to use my laptop to do homework. So I refused her, and she was a little bit obsessed, and I have lent her another another day.
Say again?
Yeah.
And you had to lend her what?
Another day.
Ah, so you had to lend
use
her
my
another day.
Yeah, to use my device.
Ah, I see. Okay, so that's why you refuse him or her. Okay, let's go to part 3, class. So, Mr. Nhật Nam, please. So, what situations should people lend things to others and why?
I think Thịnh is still not talk in part 2.
It's part 3. It's part 3 now.
Move to part 3, okay.
Of course, we moved to part 3 already, Mr. Nam. So, which situation? So, what situation should people lend things to others and why?
I think it depends on which people we lend things to. If that people is untruthful and untruthful, and we have not like interact with them for a long time, we shouldn't lend things to them, especially something that's expensive.
Expensive, of course.
That's the worst consequence will happen is you will lose both friend and
both the friendship and the money.
Yeah, can be that. But however, if the people is our friend, who are very very good friend, who help us a lot, we should lend things to them. But for only rational reason, like invest.
Investment, like for investment, for example.
Yeah, for investment. Hospital things.
Hospital treatment fees, you mean? Phí chữa trị bệnh viện, like hospital treatment fees, like hospital treatment, fees for hospital treatments, or let's say unexpected, like unexpected expenses, những cái khoản chi mà không thể lường trước được. Unexpected expenses.
Yeah, because they really need our help, and they are believable. After we
believable, what is that? Believable.
I mean đáng tin.
Believable, you mean they're trustworthy? You mean?
Yeah. Trustworthy.
They are trustworthy.
Yeah, they're trustworthy.
They're trustworthy.
Because after we did that, we can have a really durable relationship. And
I don't think we say durable relationship. Durable, it's a word that used with objects more, you know? Like to say that something is really tough. It cannot spoil, it cannot break down easily. Cái từ durable là cứng cáp bền bỉ dùng cho đồ vật á. Well, but we say a lasting relationship. Một mối quan hệ bền lâu. We say a lasting relationship.
Yeah, relationship. For example, I have some news about friends lend money from others to invest on business and and stock, and they got a big revenues, and they came back to pay their thanks to their friend via share a half money or things with them. So I think it depends on which kind of people.
Okay, it depends on what kind of people, of course. Now, so Miss Ngun, please. So, why is lending money to others a risky thing to do? A risky thing to do?
Things.
Be careful. Everything, something, anything, thing. Why is lending money to others a risky thing to do? What do you think?
I didn't have on the bad situation like the people who borrow my money will did not give back, and but I know that a lot of people, when they lend other money, and their money will never return. So I think we have to.
What do we have to do?
I think that if we lend money to another, we have to
the others, lend our money to the others.
to the others. Yeah, we had to 100% that our money can never come back. And that's why I didn't put pressure on this.
You didn't put pressure on this, right?
Yeah, because our relationship is better than money. So if they are, they think money is better than our friendship, and they cannot be friends anymore.
I see. Well, lending money has always been a very tricky thing. Very tricky.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what do you think about this one, Miss Fong? Why is lending money to others a risky thing to do?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, lending money is a financial, not an emotional decision. A request to help others who close to you borrow an amount of money. That time your relationship is in a bias with money, and it might not be as normal as before. In case
Of course, it might not be as normal as before.
yeah, in case they don't give back to you while you are expecting to repay, you would get sense of betrayal and
A sense of betrayal, cảm giác bị
phản bội.
cảm giác giống bị phản bội. I don't think it's that bad. Come on, sense of betrayal. It's just like they are not very trustworthy. It doesn't mean that they are betraying you. You know.
And it easily leads to a lot of anger, and that's why you are able to in the risk of break relationship.
Okay. Alright. But you know, a lot of things happen in life, and especially during COVID time, people are suffering, and a lot of them, they really suffer, and they cannot afford to pay you back that money. So when you give people money, it's like you give it for free already, and you don't expect them back. You don't expect it back, actually. So it's not a sense of betrayal, I'm sure. It may be because of something else, you know. Now, so Mr. Thinkbout, should people borrow money to buy expensive things? Why not? Like, for example, buying a car, buying a house, or something like that. Mr. Thinkbout, your microphone, please. Should people borrow money to buy expensive things? Why or why not?
Well, actually, to this problem, well, I think that is depends on the situation that they face to. Because like now in the COVID situation now is like a how can I say unreliable time for people to buy no to let people let people borrow the money, because now the money is is very
Remember,
valuable.
money. We don't say dumb money.
Oh, money. Sorry.
We don't say
Money.
dumb money. If we really want to specify what kind of money, then we say dumb money. But when you say money in general, you don't have the. Khi mà nói tiền nói chung không có giờ nha. Khi mình muốn nói một cái khoản tiền cụ thể nào đó mà mình biết thì mình mới dùng giờ ở đằng trước để xác định nó.
Okay. So money now is valuable.
It's a valuable.
Valuable is gold. even more. So if
Wow.
like if we you know like I would say like if the money the lending money comes to the right person, like you know like a friend that we
The friend that we trust.
we got trust to them.
No, we
Yeah.
don't say we got trust to them. We say we trust a
Oh,
friend that we trust.
a friend, our
That
friends
we
that
trust.
yeah, that we trust. And he and that person he actually in need of something, of buying something, and then if in that case I would like to lend yeah, to lend that person the money.
To lend a person money, of course. Now, so Mr. Nhật Nam, what do you think? Should people borrow money to buy expensive things? Why? Why not?
As I said before, it still depends on what things is it. If the
Now,
things,
it's expensive thing. It's expensive thing. Like, let's say a car, or let's say a house or apartment.
but expensive thing could be clothes or something.
Of course, could be clothes, could be anything expensive.
Yeah, but it's useless. So if the expensive things is something that if that expensive things is cost real estate house, it can be
Real estate, yes.
yes. I would lend I would lend them the money because this thing will
You
make
mean the
profit.
value will increase through time?
Yes,
Giá trị nó
and
tăng theo thời gian,
yes,
isn't it?
yes, and they will make profit, and
Yes.
that is a good reason to borrow to lend them. However, if the expensive thing is something is like clothes, like rings,
Never clothes.
then
you would not, right? Then you would
yeah,
not.
yeah, to buying that things in order to flex, to like show you are rich. It's just
To show off. People show
yeah,
off all the time.
yeah, to
Khoe
show
khoang.
off. They are rich. I think it's just they just buy a temporary happiness. So
To flaunt their wealth. Khoe khoang tài sản. To flaunt their wealth.
yeah, to flaunt the
Or to
wealth.
show off. Okay, I think that's good enough for today, and so I'll probably see you next Friday, okay? I'll see you then, class.
See you.
See you, and wait for my video, okay? Okay, I'll see you then.
I thought you
Bye,
giving
teacher.
your account for us.
What account?
Bank account.
Oh, do you really want to donate to me?
Anyway, happy Teacher's Day.
Happy
Okay,
Teacher Day.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Just as long as
Go
you
ahead.
continue study and study for yourself, I'm happy.
So
Now.
happy
Thank you,
International
teacher.
Men Day.
And tomorrow's Vietnamese Teacher's Day too. See you then.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh á, để mà các bạn có thể được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.